I headed to Dave Chicken. The tenders, whatever it is, unbelievable. They have the bread, which is not that bread, but I got the pita from a different trash, which was coming from the Mediterranean place. We combine them together and it tastes like heaven. And their fries, so crispy. Really, really. This is connected to more jobs you can choose from. The chicken breast and tenders in Restaurant Depot are so cheap. I can marinate them overnight to absorb the taste of the sauces, which will be one of the jobs, and then cutting them into three for $1, and you don't need to put the sauce separately, which is making a big mess. And three for $1, you're not getting 3 chicken for $1, you get variety. Chicken, hamburger, whatever I mix. So you can eat small portion like in the buffet. There will be lots of jobs around this, including some cooking activity. And later we'll buy the factories that make all of that, or make ourselves in huge kitchens. In the beginning there will be the nuggets, not that. Way less good, but at least you get it for my price, which is cheaper than to buy the grocery store eventually. So this is where I'm heading when I'm going to the strip, because their dog, their chicken, they always have lots of food in the trash. But as you saw, I need to pick up multiple containers in order to have some from each. The problem is when I'm getting mainly the fries, too many carbs is like eating sugar, diabetes. So the big winning is when I have the chicken. And you need to be aware of security, because once they see you and kick you, you might not be able to go there. I'm very good at it, including feeling very fast if the trays are empty or full. Yes, this is not what's supposed to be the leader. He's supposed to eat in fancy restaurants, pay $200 for a bottle of champagne. But remember, the $200 come from your pocket if he's leading you. Here, they are not paying for my food. Everything is upside down. Will it make me sick? I don't know. When I'm testing it, sometimes I was eating sandwiches from 7-Eleven for probably 5 days without. So it means that it lasts for a long time. But they're throwing it once it expired, not taking risks. So cooking, cutting, later automatic machines. The linears. Bye-bye to McDonald's. Bye-bye to KFC. We will have 1/3 of a donut, 1/3 of a bagel. Cream cheese. Bye-bye Dunkin' Donuts. Bye-bye Anston Brothers. The rice will cook ourselves in beans and that excellent chicken. So bye-bye Chipotle. You text the letters of the set and you have a job. Security, well, compare the prices. Think where you will spend your money when it's coming to food. How can you make it cheaper than groceries? Very simple. I buy in bulk and later I will buy the places when they raise the chicken and whatever. No spoilage, because you get everything in small quantities, not like here when you might get too much and get rid of it. Cooking costs nothing. Cheaper than Walmart. So it's easy to understand why the candy aisle and snack aisle and beverage aisle is done with Walmart and such. But now I'm showing you the food part is gone. And again, jobs. If you like to cook, if you like food, you can always go from packing candies to the food part. Here is the future. People picking up their mattress.
I got an iPad for sale.
What?
I got the newer iPad for sale.
Thank you. But probably you want lots of money. I don't have the budget. I don't have the budget. What? You want probably how much you are selling it?
$40.
And how much it costs?
This is like $900.
Wow, very good deal. I wish I had the budget. Here, I don't know where this guy got it, probably boosting. I don't know how you make boost iPad. But he's selling it $40 for the 900. This is the cost of the painkillers leading you to drugs, leading people to steal from stores. Store added to the price because they have to compensate. So for $40 that he's getting cost you $900. It is all over the place. It's even causing stores to shut down when there is too much of it. Some people gain out of it, the one that buying it. All of this merchandise. Talk about it later because it's a huge issue. With us, everything is computerized, so they will not be able to steal. I'm in the bus stop where Flamingo and Grace is. When I was, before treating myself, I was so weak that I needed to lean on my chair. And then one time I was directed near the sidewalk, and where you saw here the road, I had paralysis attack on the highway. The bus almost ran me over, but police car happened to be there. And stopped in front of the bus and saved me. At another time when I got paralysis attack, I fainted on the curb. All my legs got burned, and I had 3 months of surgeries. I could have not made it as well. In the other 10 times that I have paralyzed attacks, every time someone called ambulance. Otherwise, when I'm not able to move, I would have died out of sunstroke. I'm saying that because when you work for A, danger is there. My teeth. The direction is not to brush my teeth for a very long time. I'm not taking any medication now for the diabetes. Need to be in blinds. I could have woke up and see that I have no legs if they decided. I saw someone on the bus without legs. He told me when he woke up he didn't have legs. They decided to cut it off. I don't know what was the case, but he's now on a wheelchair without legs. When I had infection in my leg, immediately they gave me the choice. Cut my leg or have the risk of amputating it. So what I'm saying, it's not a game, all of that. If you expect to start your Jedi having immediately health, safety, money, women, this is not how it works. You need to earn to be gifted. Now I don't have paralysis attacks anymore because of the treatments. I don't have the sensation of anxiety on horrible level because I'm all the time giving treatment to my chest. Lysine finding the muscles, relieving them. When you don't know that, your chest become hard from the muscles, and then you go to the doctor and they give you some medication that make it worse. An inhaler because it's pressing your lungs. So on one hand, I was close to death, the investment, and now I'm not getting paralyzed again, and I can teach you that. I earned the right to serve you. Just like all the rest. When you drink alcohol, one of the symptoms can be paranoia, split personality, violence. Why? Because all of this area, the body protects it when it sees danger. When you drink and you are intoxicated, the body knows that you cannot protect yourself because you don't see any danger coming, so it's doing the chest muscles hard to protect your heart. And this is when you get anxiety. This is when your heart chakra is getting blocked, and suddenly you become a sociopath and can hurt others and want to hurt others. Eventually the holding might be permanent. This is also when you have tight clothes and a bra. You apply pressure, the muscle respond, blocking all of this area, no blood flow and energy to the breast cancer. Tight clothes all over. On the butt, make all the groin area blocked, losing sexual energy, desire, which is why many of the hot bee become very cold sexually. Go to hospital, maybe they charge $2,000 a day. What they do is just giving you painkillers and medication that just hide the symptom and making it worse. You are in an abusive relationship, you get permanent holding. Always protecting yourself. Your husband takes antidepressants and still go to work, seems like all okay. It's not. He's becoming bipolar, then he's violent. Your muscles around your chest becoming permanently. Then you feel like you are choked to death. No flow of life or energy. You have to drink. If he can support your drinking habit, because he did it in the first place in order to get you into bed, when you get intoxicated, he continue paying. You are becoming his little prostitute. The sad facts of life that no one tells you. Because the girls on Sex in the City drinking all the time alcohol, they are still thin, healthy, keep their jobs because they can fake it. They gave us some hint with Samantha being miserable and having her gut. But this is just a little bit. This is how it all starts. Candy, sweet when it's not enough. Beer when it's not enough. Wine, shiny glasses. Then you are depressed, then you get the oxy. Eventually when you are too crazy, this guy might dispose of you because it's easier to pay for a new cow. And this is when you are on the street and need money for heroin, alcohol. You might stay with the alcohol because it's cheaper and legal. But then the chest will be hard without him because of the alcohol. I'm saying that because if you are a manager, we will have ones that escaping abusive relationships, which come forth to seek help. Maybe you are that one that's watching that. Safe environment you need. Rubbing the chest, the shoulders. There is a muscle go from here, going to the chest, going to the shoulder, going to and behind, and eventually to the back. Here, I'm not limiting the distribution of all that because I don't need your money because all of this is free. I just need to pick up from Dave the chicken. There's the pressure to make $200 for a fancy meal or to intoxicate you with a bottle of champagne because as Richard Gere always gets the best. It's not there. I'd rather help you stop the pain, have the energy. This is another reason to quit. But if it's your decision not to, at least I can take you off the street and pack candies or marinate chicken and have a safe place to be. So if you like cooking, this is in your future. And you will have the home and scooter and land to be able to have people which are not abusive to be with. Because you are not their little hoe. And maybe you, this guy that cannot afford now love, because you are not joining the system, can have one of those ladies. Or the other way around, because she can see your quality, not just the ability to support the Cubs or buying her fancy champagne. Yeah, you see, it's complicated, and many people were not listening to me because they say you're all over the place. Well, I'm not all over the place. A is. And the thing is that you cannot fix stuff if you are not all over the place because it's all connected. But if you continue watching, it means that you feel that it's like that, and also you need a level of complication because the regular stupid story of Bin Laden bombarding buildings or hospital cure people, or the food is good because it has fancy packaging and it's tasty, does not work anymore for you. Because you get a wider picture. And then maybe you want to die because you understand that there is no way to fix it. Well, I'm getting you help to fix it. A new world order. Yes, the Illuminati want to make it as well. But watch some videos. I don't need to elaborate to see what future they are planning for you. They need to support their prostitutes, and their alcohol, and even when they have it all, they still accumulate money. So it continues this game. I don't need to. I work for you. Still, this chicken is not good because they probably use antibiotic chicken that eat their own food. It's a better part of the chicken, but it's not organic. It's not.
There's a spirit down there. Was it on the other side? Why was it? It was top of the year.
This guy seems like running after me. When it's not working for people to notice him, he has a higher and higher sign and a louder speaker. Maybe you will notice and repent. But most people do not, they just ignore him. They prefer some of the artists, which they give them tips because it's a good music. Or they think so. You can do 10 stories building sign. It's not really working. What works maybe is that I will win the game and put you into my winning team, and then people will try to see how we did it. And when it will be shown that it will with no money, they might start to wonder about, and then they might start about A, because if it's me doing it and I'm schizophrenic, or if it's the creator, it doesn't matter anymore. What matters is that it's so smart and effective. And then they want details. And actually this is what keeping me a little interested in the game. It's not about having 3.5 million branches or making $877 billion a year and more later. Because eventually, I'm not even let to use it. When I was getting lots of money in inheritance, I was not allowed even to fix my teeth. So it's not like money will improve my life. Only directions. And when he wants something for me, he finds a way to do it without money. Or with someone giving me money. It's about trying to really get it about this A. And why this is, Well, let's say that you were informed that an alien species landed on the planet. Even if you had the best football game, even if you have enjoyed sex and food in bed altogether, would have you stopped for a life transmission? Of course. So what I'm telling you, that this A is way more than aliens. Because someone created the aliens if they exist. So to find out about him is supposed to be even more interesting. But why it is not? Because to seek the truth, you go to the church. And if you're smart enough, you get bored. And if they did not really convince you, or have not convinced you, that the way to heaven is believing in Jesus, then it's annoying to hear repetitions. It's work on other people for the same reason that we have the culture of commercials. We cannot prove or tell you about our product being really better. No one has patience for the small letters. So how we will make you buy our product? Repetitions. You see it 1,000 times. It's connected to skinny, beautiful lady. You are too stupid to have the connection in your mind. The item is familiar. You buy it. That's why you buy Jesus. But if you were really seeking out of natural curiosity about the Creator existing or not, or even if you figure out that He does because you see the creation, you go to church, you go to synagogue. No proof, no. And even if they're trying to tell you something, what they tell you, he's smart, he's merciful, okay. Really interesting. How many times you can hear it? Or the Muslim version, Allah is Akbar. Yes, you figure it out. If He created this universe and you learn that it's mathematical and technological, He's smart, He's Akbar. Really to hear it 3 times a day, well, come on. And eventually you gave up because no one is really telling you the juicy stuff about Him. Here, a guy is taking my food. At least they did not discover Dave or get trespassed. Or Chipotle. So the reason that no one is taking interest in God out of the, because it's boring. So you don't listen to those guys with the big signs. You go to the pub or bar where they preach on the other side and take 2 drinks for the price of 1. If you can afford it, you take the prostitution card. And people don't see the contradiction. they go on Sunday to church, dealing with being righteous, chastity, sober. And then on Monday, they go and deliver 2-for-1 drinks and prostitution cards. And they make it in their mind, it's a division. Some of these girls got trafficked, sex slaves. They have to, because otherwise they will kill their parents. And they support it. But eventually they need to make a living. But how can someone live with this kind of... Because if they give 10% of this money they make on prostitution card, they repent. Like in this funny song of Busta Rhymes, I think it's in one of my playlists. Make a clap. Pay more, and you will get repent, and you will not go to hell. If you are stupid, you believe that as a nurse, you both make good money, and help people. But when you watch documentaries and you see that you are a drug pusher, because every 2 hours you ask the person if he's in pain and then give him oxys or give all the fake blood pressure medication, heart pressure, then you start to understand that you are not really that good person. Maybe you watch this video because you quit, or because you don't want to be part of it anymore. You don't want to give to people soda and antidepressant and fatty hamburgers. You don't want to work for 7-Eleven, which give you 60-cent pie for $3. You feel that everything is wrong. Maybe you watched this video before. You're an addict and we'll get you off it because you will serve my system with a real new order, new world order.